Hello everyone, in this video I'll be talking about the future of modding in Baldur's Gate 3 and what's next in store for us, as we got a lot of really cool projects coming, like this mod here that you're currently looking at, which is a new campaign mod, and I'll be breaking down a lot of more things in this video. So it's been 5 months now since we got ourselves the patch 7 on PC, and it's been about 4 months for those that are on console, and we've gotten a lot of great things. Many new class mods, race mods for those that are on PC, unfortunately still working on that for console, and much more. But now we're starting to see some much larger projects coming to completion with things like this mod here, the Sell Your Loot to the Devil, the Grand Theater mod. Although not complete, seeing this in actual gameplay, being able to play through this, has been nothing short of incredible. But we also got some large projects also on the way, which I previously have talked about, with the Path to Menzoberranzan made by Lotrich, which I'll break down a little bit in this video, because this is another campaign with a big team behind it, and there's going to be voice acting, new areas, new quests, and a whole lot of stuff. As you can see in this video, there's a dynamic set of NPCs in the city, and they'll come with their own voice acting, which I think is quite interesting. As you can see there, the buildings, everything has been created using the Baldur's Gate 3 engine and the modified toolkit, so we actually got ourselves some pretty cool things in the works. So Lotrich, you can check out their page for much more on what is getting made there, but there is quite a large team. This mod is a few months out of development. I'd say I think it's somewhere around 5 to 6 months until completion of this mod, so we won't be seeing this anytime soon, just due to the large scale of it, and they want to release it in tip-top shape with actual voice acting and much more included in it. So this one will take some time, but they do have videos coming out pretty frequently to show off all the things that they got going on with this. So you can check out their progress. They even have some of the Underdark. They've created custom maps in the Underdark. So pretty extensive amount of training. I have talked about Lotrich's amazing work before, but as you can see, there's a lot of different updates that they have on their YouTube channel. So Lotrich, you just search it up, the Path to Menzoberranzan, and you'll be able to find all of this, coming with new areas, new quests, and much more. I am extremely excited to see this. And it's based on Athkatla streets, this campaign here. So yeah, absolutely gorgeous. The amount of NPCs running around here is nothing short of incredible. So just wanted to put a little bit of a highlight on that. That's one of the campaigns that will be shortly coming out, I guess, in a few months' time. But we also have ourselves another campaign mod that I was previously covering with the Forsaken mod, based on the Tiresfall Glades from World of Warcraft. This is the undead starting location. So you can see this is a custom area. I've done a video previously on this, and this is actually interesting because you start a new campaign and you can get the choice to start off here. So you can see this has got this large city here that you can just arrive at. The map actually has its own map, which is cool, and comes with its own camp. This mod is still obviously in development here, so there's the Forsaken custom campaign. It's on Nexus Mods. If you want to try it out, very simple to get installed, but just going around and exploring, it's gorgeous. We don't have any open greenery like this in Baldur's Gate 3, so a mod like this offering it, I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, I just want to quickly touch on this mod as well, because I've had a lot of fun with the custom campaign mods that we've gotten so far. And yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of great things coming soon as well. So you can stay tuned for all of that. But another thing is we got ourselves this Transmogrification light mod, which is actually quite interesting, because what it does is it gives you an icon on your bar here. So you got the Transmogrify. Now what this does is it makes it so that you can take the appearance of an item. So if you wanted to have, let's say, the appearance of this robe on the Helldusk armor, you can make it so that this will now be shown on your character whenever they're wearing the Helldusk armor. So you can swap around the appearances. Unfortunately, at this current moment, it only works with the base game items. What else you can do with it is you can make it take the stats. So if you were to drop down an item onto the ground, like a cloak, let's say, let's drop a cloak down, you can make it take the +1 armor class from the cloak, and it'll not have the appearance on your character's body. So I really like that because, you know, cloaks, I don't always love wearing them. So to be able to show off the cool backsides of our characters and not have to wear a cloak is something that I think the Transmogrify mod is great for. But we're starting to see some more stuff coming up with the Transmogrify mod. So this mod was made by World of Warcraft 42. But we're starting to see mods that allow you to use modded outfits in the Transmogrify. So this one in particular here is for the Dark Urge Slayer equipment mod. It allows you to take the base game items and swap appearances there. There's also a bunch for graphic fades mods as well. So you can see here the ones in the weave. and much more. So this is starting to get filled out with new items that you can transmogrify. Maybe in the future we'll see more stuff in the actual mod itself, but I am very impressed with this mod so far, and this is something I wasn't actually sure that we would see in Baldur's Gate 3. But what's coming is more options for appearances, which I know a lot of people wanted to see. Some of the complaints I got about the previous mod is like, why would I want to make my appearance look this way when I could just put clothing on? And I mean, that's fair. The camp clothing you can put on, there's a lot of them, and more being added with things like Fear Taylor's camp clothing mod, adding a lot of them. But it's nice to see this because, yeah, I like the different outfits in Baldur's Gate 3, and getting more ways to customize your character is always a good thing in my opinion. Another thing is, whenever you're using camp clothing, it doesn't actually show your weapons. So if you take off your camp clothing, then you get to see the weapons that your character has. So yeah, that is a little bit of a downside. If you're using camp clothing, you don't get to have the Glock on your back. So yeah, that is just another thing that I wanted to point out there. Camp clothing is a nice alternative, but it's not perfect. But we should see more of these mods popping up because the toolkit and the way to do it is out there. And people like World Walker are making it happen. So yeah, that is World Walker's alternative account making all these mods. But I expect some more people to hop in and start doing things like that. So we'll have to wait and see on there. But I do think we're going to see more updates to the Transmogrify mod, as well as more outfits. But in that same realm, the Origin Mirror Unlock mod, I get a lot of questions about this because people are like, well, I can't make any changes to Minthara. Unfortunately, at this current moment, this mod only works on the Origin characters. It's called the Origin Mirror Unlock, and it allows Origins to use the mirror. So I'm just going to say that again, Origin characters, because I get constant comments, and I don't mind. If you got questions, I'm always happy to answer them. But this currently only works on the Origin characters. I know a lot of people are really excited to see more things come with this, so we'll have to wait and see. I'm hopeful that potentially in the future, you'll be able to change characters like Minthara, Minsk, Coulson, and make them look how you want them to look. Personally, I don't really like this mod. I like the characters the way that I don't not like this mod. I just like the characters as is. But I have a feeling that we'll start to see some of the mods kind of similar to Nexus mods, where we're able to change everything about our character. Like on PC, there are some mods that let you completely revamp your character and change like the race, the body type that you chose, and other things that you typically aren't able to change when you go to the Magic Mirror. So I think we will see more mods like that as time goes on, because I know it's one of the most highly requested mods. This one doesn't fully do what people want it to do. That is kind of a limitation of Baldur's Gate 3 itself, and not so much the mod creator. They're doing what they can, but I have a good feeling that we'll see some more stuff related to this in the future. But we also got ourselves a lot of new class mods popping up, and actually much more popping up day by day. So that's really cool. Eclipse is putting in a lot of new class mods. I just want to highlight them because I've talked about some of their mods in previous videos. We got ourselves like the War Dancer Tensura class mod, which is based on that time that I got reincarnated as a slime. We just got ourselves the Succubus class mod. I did a build guide on this yesterday. They also have Monster Races, Iron Revenant, and much more. So what I think is going to happen is we're going to start seeing more and more class mods that are using unique mechanics, because people are starting to get more comfortable with this modding toolkit. So this one in particular, I did a build for it yesterday. You get a different Succubus form that you can go into, and you're going to be charming targets. Whenever they get charmed, then you get the stacks built up. When you have your stacks built up, you can transform. But there's some cool advantages. So with this class, when we apply charms to targets, they'll take psychic damage each turn, which is actually really cool because you can just charm a bunch of targets, and then once they're charmed, they're not going to be attacking you, and you're going to be able to keep dealing damage to them over time. Now, cool classes like this are starting to pop up more and more frequently, and I'm excited for the future because there's a lot of classes out there that are kind of similar to the base game Baldur's Gate 3 mod classes. Getting new ones that add new abilities and things that are making them distinct from one another, I think is really something that we'll start to see more and more popping up, as we're starting to see it now. Like this mod literally came out just a few days ago. I'm already blown away by it, and obviously updates will come. There's an update yesterday for it, but yeah, I do think we're going to see a lot more unique class mods, not so much the ones like at the start. We got a lot that are somewhat similar to another. And even mods that we've already known and loved, like the Arcane Vanguard mod, we are already starting to see many more updates being added. So like the Ice Quiver and the Grave Knight subclass were added by Sathos. Amazing job with this mod, and continued dedication to keep adding to their mod, which you also see with the Mindweaver as well, as they've added 2 new subclasses too. So I do think we're going to see more, and little, I guess, kind of hint, we will see more from these mod creators. So yeah, I'm excited to see what comes next with that and all the good things that come with it. But we're also starting to see some mods that add different things that add difficulty to the game. So this mod in particular I thought was interesting. So whenever you go partial illithid, this actually adds consequences to it, because previously your character gets all ugly, veiny, teeth fall out and all that, but no one bats an eye. And whenever your face looks like moldy spaghetti. This also adds penalties for Volo's eye, which gives you the ability to see invisibility. So this now gives you, whenever you become a partial illithid, you get a -2 reduction and disadvantage in both persuasion and performance checks. So that's an actual pretty big debuff, because persuasion checks are often. But if you see, I mean, it makes sense, because you saw someone that was kind of partially an illithid, you're going to probably be a little bit less likely to want to be persuaded by them, because they might be using their mind flayer powers. So I love these. And also with the flight, you only get it once per short rest now. And Volo's eye will give a -1 reduction in perception, insight, investigation, and survival checks. So I'm starting to see a lot more mods like this where they add difficulty modifiers to the game, which I think is awesome. This may not be the most popular mod. It's only got a couple, or 22 downloads, but it was also just uploaded yesterday. So the more of these mods that we get, I think the better. So more difficulty, tactician enhance, extra enemies, extra encounters are some of my favorite mods for difficulty. But little ones like this that just change the way that the game plays, I think is pretty cool. And we're also starting to see a lot more mods that are based off of other IPs. So we got ourselves this mod here, Hyuga, Uchiha, Uzumaki. If you know what those are, it's Naruto. So yeah, this is a ninja class mod. This one just came out today, actually. And yeah, we're starting to see a lot more of these. I did a video yesterday on best anime classes, and I would have added this one probably in, because yeah, I didn't have this one previous. There is another Naruto based one, but we are starting to see a lot of these, and unfortunately I don't think they'll come to console just due to the other intellectual property that's been used in it. But if people are sneaky with it, like the plasma weapons dark set, which is kind of like lightsabers, we might have a chance of seeing those come to console. And also, another last thing, closing note, Imp UI is currently not working properly. The mod creator is not going to continue modding for the time being. They have some personal stuff that's popped up, and there's a big issue right now with patch 8 not actually working properly with Imp UI. So what it's doing is it's causing a bit of issues there, and a lot of mods are dependent on it. So this, I guess, just goes out to those that may be into modding, that maybe it might be a nice thing to reach out and see if you could help in any way with that. As I know a lot of people are kind of scared right now with what will happen with that mod. So I am hopeful that we'll see some positive changes there, but it's hard to say. So hopefully we'll see something soon, but just want to put out there a little update on Imp UI and patch 8. And yeah, it goes for any modders if you want to help out with that. I'm sure the community would greatly appreciate it. But yeah, we should expect to see more campaign mods, more quest mods, new class mods with custom new abilities, new ways of playing, and kind of breaking away from the cookie cutter designs. I think that that's an amazing thing. We'll also see some updates to transmogrify and editing our companions, and I'm sure we're going to see much more of clothing mods being dropped, as we're starting to see a lot of those getting added. It's only a matter of time before we start seeing more and more of these. So yeah, really exciting things are coming to Baldur's Gate 3. Let me know what you're most excited for in the comments. Hit the subscribe button below if you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.